to it. Let's get into some Royal Rumble picks. Mayor, are you ready?
I'm thinking about this, racking my brain for like at least the last week. Like I keep changing things in my head.
The mayor he keeps texting me his Royal Rumble ideas, and I'm like, shut up, man. We'll talk about it on Saturday.
It's very true. It's like, no, don't say anymore.
We're live, pal.
Say less.
Say less. Say less. As you know, we're going to conjoin our picks with Glenn and Jeremy's picks, and we're going to crown, or we're going to try to take the POB PPV championship away from Jeremy if we could somehow wrestle it out of his hands. And if one of us does win, they're going to call foul and say that it's not fair because they had to make their picks first. But as me and you discussed last night, Glenn lives in the future, so it's only fair that they made their picks first.
He's probably already watching the Rumble. It's already started where he's at.
Glenn is already aware of who's going to win the first match, so it's not fair.
I think so. I think it's like 6 p.m. there.
Oh, they changed theirs, he says, so anything you learned last week isn't relevant. So, see, Glenn's using his future powers. See, they said I'm up to no good. They're up to no good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's one that they picked on their show that I don't see it on the card, but I imagine that they have to have something on the preview show. So I'm going to throw this one at you. RK Bro will take on the newly crowned Raw Tag Team Champions, not American Alpha, Alpha Academy. Mayor, I'm going to make you pick first. Who are you going to pick in this one?
I'm going to say, if this match even happens, this is the beginning of the RK Bro Vorce, as I said earlier, where I think things will start kind of falling apart in this match and then carry over into the Rumble. No Rumble predictions, but I think that it's, you can't take it off Alpha Academy already. They've had it for what, 3 weeks?
If even. I don't even remember. I don't even think I knew that they were Raw Tag Team Champions.
They've got to keep running with that at least for a couple months, you know. And we need to start breaking up the RK Bro. And I think this is the beginning of the first match where something happens that'll lead into a Rumble full blown
blow up of the team.
Yeah, there will be no more birds coming out of their asses together.
No more ass birds. No more ass birds. Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you. The only reason why I could see maybe they have Orton and Riddle winning is to give Orton a win in his hometown. But as you know, most of the time in WWE, you don't win in your hometown. So, yeah, I think Alpha Academy's got to win too. It just wouldn't make any sense for RK Bro to win it back so soon, unless you, of course, want to give him the hometown victory, which I don't think is going to happen. So there you go. We both pick Alpha Academy. And so next we will get into, it'll be a mixed tag team match. It's Edge teaming with his wife, Beth Phoenix, to take on one of the mayor's favorite superstars, The Miz, and his wife, Maurice. I will pick first in this one. I don't see any way that Edge and Beth Phoenix don't pick up the win here. I mean, I would assume that Beth is probably going to get the pinfall over Maurice, give Beth the big win here. I know a lot of people aren't very high on this match. I think it's kind of cool. You get to see Edge and Beth Phoenix team together and the Miz and Maurice. I mean, I think that story writes itself. I think it's kind of cool. Mayor, what do you think?
No, I'm into this. I'm big into this. I actually really enjoyed the Miz and Maurice versus Cena and no longer Nikki Bella with him, but that didn't work out. Hopefully this doesn't end Edge and Beth Phoenix's marriage, because a loss could do that to them. No, I'm kidding. And I don't think that a loss is going to happen. Beth Phoenix and Edge win, and you know that's the only outcome I see of this one. As much as I don't ever want to pick against the Miz.
It's not going to be a 5-star match or anything like that, but I'm imagining that it's going to be some comedy in here. There's going to be some funny stuff. There's going to be some good storytelling. I'm looking forward to it too. I mean,
I think it's going to be highly entertaining. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this match.
I absolutely agree with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun too. Should be an interesting contest. We both got Edge and Beth Phoenix taking the win there. And then the next one is the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch is taking on Doudrop. I'm going to let you go first. I think this is the easiest one on the card to predict.
Yeah, there's no way Becky Lynch is not leaving with the championship here. I don't see it. They had to put a filler match in for her, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know why this match is happening, but yeah, Becky Lynch wins.
I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be nice. I think that Dewdrop, or Piper Niven, as she was formerly known as, is going to get to show everybody what she can really do in the ring, because she's an amazing wrestler. She really is. And I know they gave her a weird name and kind of a weird thing with this Dewdrop stuff, but I mean, she's gotten it over. So I don't think the name hurts her at all. She's one of the best wrestlers in the world. So it should be a good match. But yeah, there's no way that Big Time Bex lose the belt here. I'd be shocked.
No, I can't see it. Nothing against Dewdrop. She's tremendous in the ring and is great at what she does, but it's just that you can't take it off. Going into WrestleMania season with Dewdrop as the champion, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it would be very strange, that's for sure. The next matchup will go. This is going to be, as our buddy Jeremy says, a hoss fight. We've got some. This is a match people look forward to for years. We've got Brock Lesnar taking on Bobby Lashley. Wow. So here's my. This is going to tie into the Royal Rumble too. I believe that the plan at day one was going to be for Heyman. Roman fired Heyman, and they're no longer together anymore. Now he's with Brock. But I think Heyman, with the help of the Bloodline, was going to screw Brock out of that match at day one and have Roman win, and then that would set up the match at WrestleMania. Now, I think the same thing's going to happen here. I think Heyman, and maybe possibly with the help of the Usos, is going to screw Lesnar out of this title match here, leading to some things that'll happen in the Royal Rumble later. So I'm taking Bobby Lashley to win the WWE Championship for the second time against Brock Lesnar tonight, which should be a hard. This match doesn't need to go a second over 7 minutes, and it's going to be awesome.
I'm really hoping. I don't know if you remember when Angle and Brock, when they had, I think it was a WrestleMania match, where it was like the first 2 minutes, they went out there and they were just like shoot wrestling. Like they were for real, just going at it, seeing who could have one up the other one. And it was incredible. And I hope that there's some of that mixed in here, because these two guys, I think they've been chomping at the bit, wanting this as much as everyone else wants to see this. Like, I think they want to get in there and just kind of see who the best man is.
Right.
And so I'm excited for this. And unfortunately, I think we're on the exact same page. I think there's a screw job here, and Lashley wins the belt.
I'm hoping.
I think.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I think that's what happens. I think Heyman comes out with the Usos, just like you said. And man, we didn't talk about this at all, but I really think that's exactly what happens.
It just makes a lot of sense. I just believe that that's what was going to happen at day one. But then when Roman had to be taken out because of COVID, they were like, well, we'll just have Brock win this championship, and then we'll screw him out of that one, and then. Which this will lead into Rumble picks later, which maybe that'll be the only things what we're disagreeing on, because I can't see us not agreeing on the last match either. It's Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins for the Universal Championship. The Usos are barred from ringside on this one. I'm gonna let you pick first.
I mean, Roman Reigns, is Jeremy so eloquently puts it, just look at the guy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Rollins right now, and I haven't been able to say that for a long time. Like, I'm really liking what he's been doing with Reigns recently, but I don't see it happening. Roman Reigns, 560 days or whatever it's going on, is going to keep going on until WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it should be a great match. I mean, these guys have so much history together with the Shield stuff and the breakup, and of course the cash in at WrestleMania, and then but Rollins, when he can act like a heel, it's way more entertaining than when he's a babyface. So, and I mean, if you're looking at it, like who's the babyface and who's the heel in this match, it's a heel versus heel match. But if you're picking one guy who's looking like a babyface and one guy who isn't, Rollins looks like a babyface because he's been fighting off the Usos. And Roman's always got somebody to help him. But I think the Royal Rumble might be the most WWE pay-per-view to have the most heel versus heel matches ever, because they've done it like 4 or 5 times at a Royal Rumble. And they don't do heel versus heel very often.
I mean, technically, Becky versus Doudrop is heel versus heel.
True.
Is Lesnar versus... Now, Lesnar's
it's
hard to say Lesnar's a baby face, but because the man's frightening.
Yes.
It's hard to ever call him a baby face. Like, that man is scary as hell.
We wouldn't say it to his face, is what you mean.
No, I wouldn't say anything to his face. I'd just turn and walk away.
Yeah, definitely.
I might give him the little chin nod and then just turn like frightened.
I just run. Even if
Yeah.
he's not trying to hurt me, I just run because I don't
No,
know any
I mean,
better.
whatever that man wants to do to you, he's gonna do to you.
Exactly. And even if I ran, he could catch me.
It was like when he said to Corey Graves, "What do you want me to take off my clothes and get naked in here?" And Corey Graves looked frightened, like that was clearly not planned. He just said whatever came to him, and Corey was like, "Just shut up."
Don't.
He didn't go
Yeah, he's like,
anything
all
with
right,
it.
I'm not saying another word. It doesn't matter what he weighs.
It doesn't matter what I want you to do because you can do whatever you want. You're Brock Lesnar.
Exactly. All right. Now it's time to get down to business, pal. Um, which one you want to do first? You want to do the men's first or the women's first? I think the women's is the harder one to call.
Let's save that one for last then.
All right, let's go with the men's Royal Rumble. Mayor, do you got any theories? You got any theories you want to share with us?
Speaking of theories, I have an Austin theory. Um, I think that Austin Theory has a great showing here. I think he probably comes in the first 5 and he lasts to the final 4.
Hmm.
I don't see him winning it, but I think he makes a really good showing here. Um, I have a theory with the whole Ali situation
Hmm.
where he's been saying he wants out of his contract. They're not letting him out. I think it's all a work. And I
Right.
think he comes into the Royal Rumble and just eliminates himself, immediately
Jumps over
jumping
the top
over the
rope.
top rope and starts just flipping off all of the people and flipping off, the back and walk off. And, they bring out people and try to escort him out. And I think it's all a work and part of something where they're going to work in his disgruntled activity and other people that are being let go and maybe bring back another group of people that have been let go.
Do you? I was going to say, do you think this is going to lead to a one-on-one match at WrestleMania between Ali and Mr. McMahon? Just kidding.
Yes, that's where I'm going with it.
I figured.
No, I don't know. I think I think it'll. I don't know where they go with it. I was kind of kidding, but then like it's the whole retribution angle. I mean, it's what they did before with retribution, where they were unhinged, uncooperative with the company, and I
Right.
th- I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Ali. So, and then
Glenn said Retribution 2.0.
yeah, retribution. Matt Hardy had a 2.0. Why can't retribution?
There we go. There
I
we
think
go.
Matt Hardy's on Matt Hardy 47.0 right now, but
I think you're right. I think you're right.
ooh,
Yes.
I don't know. My should I be picking here? Should I go ahead and give my pick who I think wins?
I'll give mine first.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I think Brock loses that championship match later. He inserts himself into the Royal Rumble. He's probably going to win it. Um, I was kind of flip flopping between that and Big E. I was going to say Big E because I really wanted it to be Big E versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. I just think that would be cool. But it seems now with Big E being moved to SmackDown that that's not going to happen because he's on SmackDown now. So, which I'm not over the moon about them moving him back to SmackDown because I feel like now he's out of the main event picture and he's just going to be back into a tag team, which is kind of disheartening because I was really hoping that he would win the Royal Rumble and have a big match at WrestleMania, but it just seems like he's just going to be a tag team guy now. Um, so I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. It's not my first choice. They also have like the Elimination Chamber coming up, and I assume that that's probably going to be for a title shot too.
Hmm.
So Lesnar doesn't necessarily have to win the Rumble to get this title shot, but it would make a lot of sense if he did. So I'm going with Brock Lesnar.
Now, on the elimination chambers, do you know if there's multiple elimination chambers with each brand, or is it a combined, like, whole company-wide elimination chamber? Have they stated that?
So they haven't yet. I've only heard one elimination chamber match, but you never know.
Okay, because that kind of could sway my opinion on what's going on in the
Right.
future here. But I see exactly. I booked it just like you did in my head. Brock inserts himself in the match because who's stopping him?
Right.
I'm not. No one
Because
is.
as we stated before, that man can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants. So if he wants to come out there and take Johnny Knoxville's entrance, which I don't see happening, but if he wants to take whoever he wants, he's taking their entrance. And I see him winning. Who do you think the final 4 will be in this that kind of has like the push towards the future?
So
Because I
obviously,
have my opinion on the final four. I think it'll be Brock, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, and
mm,
Omos.
ooh.
That's who I see as the final four.
I know the Edge has a match in in the evening, but I believe that he'll be in the Royal Rumble too, and I hope that they set something up between him and AJ Styles because I'd really like to see him and AJ Styles have a match at WrestleMania. I think that'd be really cool. Um, so I'm gonna go Edge, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory are gonna be my final four. And I'm not sticking. I hadn't thought about who would be my final four. You sprung that one on me, pal.
Yeah. I was thinking who would be the final four and who would be the first two entrants.
I do think Theory will be either one or two, like you said, definitely in the top five, and he'll be in until the very end. Not necessarily, final four, but he'll be in until all 30 guys have entered, I believe.
Yeah. I see the first two actually. If I'm booking this, I'm putting Owens and Zayn as the first two.
Mm. What if it's Zayn and Johnny Knoxville? Zayn's number one, Johnny Knoxville's number two.
See, I think Knoxville comes in at 3, and through the help of Owens, they eliminate Sami Zayn, and then Owens just garbage tosses Knoxville out. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
at number 4, Austin Theory comes in, and he stays the rest of the time.
Jesus, the mayor's booked this whole goddamn show.
I
Glenn
have. I
says
mean,
no
I
pressure,
could do
guys.
it. You don't need Pat Patterson anymore, Vince. You got me. Just listen to me, pal.
Glenn said no pressure, guys, but it's all in the women's Royal Rumble.
Oh,
So
so have we all picked the same exact outcomes, Glenn?
I'm assuming that we have. It seems that
There's
way.
no
I mean,
way.
a lot of these matches, though, you look at them and you're like, "There's no way." I mean, Brock Lesnar could obviously beat Bobby Lashley, and maybe the Miz and Maurice somehow get a victory. Yes,
Mhm.
we've all picked the same. Glenn said we've all picked
Okay.
the same. All right, so the women's Royal Rumble. The women's Royal Rumble for me is the hardest one to call. I think either Charlotte's in it as a champion, so she's either in it to win that thing, or somebody's going to throw her out to set up a WrestleMania match. It's either one or the other. Um, and I'm not 100% sure who's that going to be. Are we going to see Ronda Rousey tonight? If Ronda Rousey comes out tonight, my wife's going to roll her eyes so hard it's going to hurt because she hates Ronda Rousey. Man, this one is hard to call. Sasha Banks just came back last night. So how can me and the mayor pick anyone else but Sasha Banks? Is there any chance that Bailey is working us all and that knee is healed up enough for her to return? Because I'd love to see Bailey win this thing. God damn it, pal. You got any theories? Let's give out some of your theories, and then I'm making you pick first.
Well, my pick all along, I hate to say I was kind of doing the math with it, but I was doing the math on figuring out how long ago Ronda Rousey had her kid, and it was about 4.5 months ago, which is the exact same time as what it took for Becky to come back on SummerSlam. So she could be in great ring shape. They need some momentum going into WrestleMania season, and they're not afraid to spend money, especially at this time of year. So I think I'll just go ahead and throw out my first pick because this isn't off the wall because she's not even signed. I mean,
Right.
it's madness to say someone that's not signed knowingly was going to win the Royal Rumble because that's been my pick all along. I thought that Ronda Rousey was going to win, and that's going to be my pick for who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I see. That's who I see winning it. Now, I think the final four on it will be Ronda, Sasha, Charlotte, and Bliss. That's who I'll say would be my final four.
So when we did the AWIPOD Rumble, and you said that you were gonna pick somebody that we wouldn't expect, I thought you were gonna pick Alexa Bliss, and I was gonna have to throw you off the show. I'm just kidding.
No, I think that will be your final four. I think Ronda wins it. Now, if she doesn't come back, obviously, I'd have a different choice. I would say Sasha would win it. Sasha would be my second pick. I don't think Bailey's physically able to be back yet. I mean, the injury she had, the timetable on returning on that is, I don't want to maybe spoil anyone's hopes and dreams, but there's no chance in hell she's coming back that quick unless they gave her a bionic leg.
Right. So yeah, she got injured in July because it was right before they went back on the road.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that would be like a superhuman comeback. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you'd need a bionic leg to come back that quick. So I don't see that happening. The only other really far out one I could see is Asuka coming back.
I
But
think she does come back.
I
I
still
don't
don't
think
see
she
her
wins.
winning. Yeah, I still don't see her winning.
Yeah, I definitely think we see Asuka tonight.
It's hard for me to pick against Bianca actually being a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. I could see that happening.
I know.
It's
There's so many possibilities.
There's so many possibilities
Yeah.
here, but I'm going with what I thought in my head a month ago, saying Ronda Rousey was going to come back and win this, and I'm just gonna. That's what I'm going to stick with because it's the biggest selling point for WrestleMania, and that's the way you book.
Well, I'm not going to pick the same person as you, so I'm not going to pick Ronda Rousey.
Was that who you were going to pick?
No, I would. Even if I 100% knew Ronda Rousey was going to win, I wouldn't pick her.
My backup pick was Sasha. I was thinking she was going to be back for it, so that's who I was going to pick.
So I don't dislike Ronda Rousey. I can take her or leave her. Like if she comes back, cool. If she doesn't, that's cool too. But I get that she brings a different kind of attention, so I understand why they would bring that in. It makes sense, and it's not like she was a bad wrestler. I mean, when she was out there, she did pretty well. So I don't love another Becky Ronda Rousey feud. I think you let the what do they say? You let the air out of the bottle, or the air out of, well, I don't know the saying. You let the sand out of the bottle on that one. The sand that poured through the hourglass on that feud for me. And since you didn't pick her, I got to do it. I'm taking Sasha Banks to win the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble. Sasha Banks.
I feel like my fandom is lesser now because you picked her and I didn't, but then it balances out because you picked Michael P.S. Hayes over her. So we're back even.
Don't put that live. I don't want her to maybe find out. I'm just kidding.
Okay. I meant Brock Lesnar came by and grabbed the figure out of your hands.
And I said, it's out of my hands.
It's out of my hands.
Yeah, so I went to Walmart. I had a choice between the Sasha Banks and a Michael P.S. Hayes, and I took the Michael P.S. Hayes because I could probably get into the Sasha Banks someday. I'll never find another Michael P.S. Hayes. So
who do you see being the final four in this then?
Shit. I'm going Bianca, Sasha, Charlotte, and Lita. I'm going to go Lita final four. Ooh. I don't know why, but I feel like they have a big plan or push for Lita. I do know why, because I heard that AEW was possibly looking into sign her, and then WWE did sign her. So I feel like they have a big match plan for Lita at WrestleMania. Not necessarily to say that that's going to be against Charlotte for the Women's Championship, but I do see Lita having a big showing in this Royal Rumble. I think they have a plan for her going forward. So that's my final four.
Okay. I could see that. And who do you think's kicking off the Rumble?
So do they surprise us with a big one? Like I could see Asuka returning and being the number one entrant in the Royal Rumble, or do they put somebody in there that they really want to? Bianca came out in like the top 5 last year, didn't she? I want to say she was
usually their first, second, or third.
Yeah, I want to say that you're right. So I don't see that. I'm going to go with Asuka. I think a big surprise one for the number one, and it's going to be Asuka.
Okay.
So it's either going to be me or Jeremy to be the champion here, because apparently you probably picked the same person as someone else. So.
Okay. Well, we could be co-champs. Could happen.
No, the tie goes to the runner, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that works. It's not my championship to give away. They make the rules.
I see Bianca and Natty starting out the Royal Rumble.
As long as Natty doesn't have a microphone, fine.
Yeah, I think that the third person in is Aaliyah, and she gets eliminated so fast, she breaks Bushwhacker Luke's record because they're playing all this Guinness record BS, and she sees that as a positive. She's happy that she has another world record, and she can throw that in Natalia's face that she actually has another world record, that she is the fastest elimination.
Yes, champion's advantage on a draw, Clint said. So there you have it. Well, you got anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry, Sasha.
Me too, for not buying your figure. I apologize too. God damn it.
I'm sure you'll get it again.
You're supposed to be number 1 and number 2 on Sasha Banks' fan list, and we both of us shunned her today. So how do you like that?
I didn't pick the Miz either, so I still feel like I was being honest. I
picking honesty. Gotta go with honesty. Well, that's gonna do it. Make sure you check out Sports Raw Radio. Shout out to Tom at Thomas Price 2017. Shout out to Glenn for joining here with us. Follow Glenn at GA WrestleNet. Shout out to Piece of Business Podcast at Piece of Business Podcast. They'll probably have a new episode out tomorrow, so make sure you give that a listen. Follow us at AWIPOD, Instagram, Twitter. twitch.tv/AWIPod. Give us a sub. Oh, they're going to have a new pod out today. So there you go, pal. Listen to a new piece of business today. I'm thinking we'll be on Sportswire Radio later today. I'm going to send this over to Tom. Mary, you got anything you want to plug?
Northeast Streaming Sports on the Roku app.
There you go, pal. Good job.
Get it downloaded. Listen, or I'll come fight you.
He will dig you up and fight you like you were the ultimate warrior.
Oh man, you're getting me angry. Now you're in the Ultimate Warrior's name. We were good this whole time.
I'm trying to get you excited for the Rumble. I'm trying to get you jacked up.
Man, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew, damn it.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Well, I think that's going to do it. Everybody out there, enjoy the Royal Rumble. I'm going to enjoy the Royal Rumble. The Mayor's going to enjoy the Royal Rumble. Glenn's going to enjoy the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a fucking great time. As I said on Twitter, get the hard seltzers, the limes, and the tequila, because it's Royal Rumble Day, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Excited.
Let's go. All right. Well, that's it. And we will talk to you next time.
See y'all later.